about to change. It's growing stronger and it's taking a hold.
Aegis threw that headshot there, so the res pressure still went off, and chat will go down.
Kills
But
the body.
hold on, yeah, Ventari's low, but now Sizer's so low though. Sizer getting the heal off. Will Ventari go down? Ventari will go down, and Shad gets himself back up into play now. Sizer's low, and he takes Sizer down. Oh my goodness.
Either 30 seconds, they're trying. They're really trying to push in. They still have that one cap in their favor as well, but CM is just completely over them at this point. Let's see again.
18 seconds.
Pushing it, super throwing down the fire field here at the moment. They're trying their best to focus the Lord. 10 seconds left in the game. Lord's about 80% health. They're trying. They're just really trying. 60, 40, 5 seconds. Here we go.
If they get this,
health.
it's
Can
possible.
They,
They might get this, Blue.
Oh my goodness. Are they gonna
No. Yes, they got it.
Hello everybody, what is going on? My name is Blue and welcome to the inaugural Mistpedia 3v3 Cup. Now before we get started, I'd like to apologize in advance. I actually kind of realized this an hour ago that I forgot to make actual 3v3 graphics, like overlays and whatnot, so everything still is going to say 2v2 on the stream. Apologies for that, but I will have that fixed for next week. Other than that, though, it is going to be our first 3 vs 3 cup. It's going to work pretty much the same with the 2v2 cups, with the only exceptions being that this is going to be single elimination in contrast to the 2v2 cups that are double elimination. That may change next week. Like I said, I've never done a 3v3 cup before. I believe the only one ever done besides this was the ESL one, and that was done over a much larger scale, so I kind of want to get a feeling for how long these matches go for, and then I'll decide if I want to push it back to double elim or keep it single elim just for time constraints. But as you can probably tell from the bottom right, I do have someone joining me tonight, and that is going to be Mr. Lord Helseth. How you doing tonight, Helseth?
Really, Blue? Really? You apologize for the overlay, but not for the lack of health of webcam.
Oh yes, sorry for not having the Helseth webcam. That as well. I don't actually have a webcam screen, so I'm just having them on here and having them join me via audio, so... But it's okay, they won't see my face at all, really, tonight. Besides this and the sign-off, they won't really see my face.
People gonna riot, just warning you.
But yes, guys, Helseth will be joining us tonight for our first 3v3 Cup once again. We are actually just about ready to go, so let's go into the game screen real quick. As once again, it does say 2v2. It's not 2v2, it's 3v3. So let me redo the overlays really quickly with the correct teams and all that as well. Oh, and by the way, we have, I believe it's a 7-team cup tonight. Seeds were randomized once again, so we are going to have some, actually we'll probably have some, what you could call intense matchups in the first round. And believe it or not, I think we have the correct team already on the blue team, so I don't have to change that one. But they're going to be going up against our red team, which is Sharks with Lasers.
Sharks with what?
Sharks with Lasers.
That's an appropriate name.
I guess
I'm putting gold on these guys.
I guess that is a, I guess that's an Austin Powers reference to the sharks with freaking laser beams on their foreheads thing, I'm assuming.
Oh, so they're just ripping it off something? Okay, then they get no creativity. I take it back.
Alright, guys. Well, Helseth, you want to go over... I mean, like I said, it's kind of hard to do for 3v3 because we've never done one before, but I guess you want to go over builds real quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume a team fight style,
Yeah.
because you always account for 3v3s in Conquest as well. So, wait, these rosters, both teams are final, yes? So I'm not going over some useless builds.
No, these are the final rosters, I believe. Everybody's on the correct side, so...
Alright, I'm starting with the red team's Warrior then. Star Fox, he's running Final Curse. You see, this is great. I have no idea what these weapons are. It's a hammer. Oh, that's great. He's running Hambo. Now, Hambo in 3v3 without a point is not a build I believe in for a second, because you can kite so well, and the actual pressure of the longbow and the hammer is not actually efficient. You can see, for example, Warriors are very good in 1v versus 1, right? In Conquest. But the problem is, if you do that 1v1 on Beach, the Warrior just gets kited endlessly. And that's something we might be able to see here, where the Warrior will just get kited and he won't get the benefit of his fire field and his hammer. But he's running the standard Hambo build, but I don't think it's gonna be as effective here. We'll see. War Banner is also a key thing. I think that's a smarter choice to run. Elementalists, they're strong. That's really all I can say. They're very strong. They're strong. And we have an Elementalist here. He's running the standard Dagger build. I'm just gonna say the standard build, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I think we've been calling it too. It's just the Elementalist build right now.
Yeah, exactly. Extremely strong sustain and support. It's a really, really good build. And then we have the Engineer. Engineer is ridiculous in 3 versus 3s. Not when they run Rifle though. What's he doing?
This
Rifle.
is NA staple. Now, just as a reminder, or rather than as a reminder, as putting it out there too, the one of the rules we set for comps in order to avoid overly tanky compositions coming into the tournament, we have a limit on amulets. Players can only have one of each of these amulets on their team. That includes Magi, Celestial, Clerics, as well as Settlers. You can only have one of those on your team. So for instance, you can have 3 players running Celestial, Clerics, and Soldiers on your team, for instance, but you can't have 2 people running Celestial, because Celestial Rifle NG is kind of a thing on NA. In fact, a lot of NGs run that, so I more than likely would be running with that amulet, but I think because of that rule, he's going to be running with Carry On instead.
Okay. Well, the build I had in mind would just be the Rabid condition one. I haven't seen this build before, so I'll just have to see how it performs. I'll speed up a little bit. Zeus is playing Ellie. The end. Yeah. Actually, he's playing a different Ellie. He's playing Scepter Dagger. I don't actually.
Scepter Focus, actually.
Oh, Scepter Focus. Sorry, Scepter Focus. And the focus is extremely good for skirmishes because you can avoid bursts and such with it. I'm not quite certain if he actually needs to play it versus this. I think it's just his preference. I've seen him stream with it. We have a Ranger. Oh, can you go through the Ranger? Thanks. You'll do the Ranger. I'll go to the Mesmer.
Okay.
The Mesmer is running the health of builds. Interesting to notice that he does not run Mental Torment, which could be good. Halting Strike is probably not sufficient in all this space. You won't get as many dazes off and all that stuff. Pirate runes instead of strength runes, I don't believe in, because you have permanent mites up on Mesmer with a Shatter. But it's just a standard ranged, and I think the Mesmer here is going to be extremely useful. There's no Thief to chase him, and he can kite as much as he wants to and just pressure from range. The Mesmer is extremely strong in 3 versus 3s like this, if there's no Thief to end his life. So I'll just go ahead and tilt the composition to the blue's favor, just because they have the kiting. They can kite and reset while doing pressure from range, while red will have a timer. They will have a timer. If they don't kill blue team in a specific timer, they'll just start melting, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Alright, well, with that said, guys, we're going to be getting started in just a second here. As a reminder, once again, these are going to be best of 3 sets all the way up to the finals, at which point it'll switch over to a best of 5 set. So, the first team to 2 victories will be moving on, and the loser will be eliminated from this week's tournament, as, once again, as a reminder, this is only a single elimination arena style tournament, not double elimination. We may switch that up next week. But, here we go, gates are going to open up in 5 seconds, so it's Sharks with lasers spawning on the red side of the map versus Wazabe, who actually, believe, takes second place in the 2v2 Cup yesterday. Will be spawning on the blue side of the map. Coming out of the gates right now, we're gonna see people. Looks like they're just gonna push in the middle. Want to check out the red team here really quick. Actually, no. Look, they took that. No, sorry, they came out their main gate here as well. Just a little bit slower of an exit there. So at the moment, we've seen this a lot on this map as well. Just people are kind of gonna hang out. You will see red team going for some stealth snacking right here through the fire field. Not gonna get much though. I think they actually wanted to put the smoke button on. Yep, there they go. Now we're gonna see red team going for some stealth snacking, and we'll see if they want to move in with that right now. Obviously, blue team did catch on to this, so they're gonna fall back themselves, try to get some range and exhaust that stealth before they get the chance to engage. But that threat is now kind of coming in the way here.
This is not the position I'd like to go for the blue team. I'd rather fight in the open field where everyone can cat endlessly. Looking at the Mesmer now, he has to actually move into a very close range, as we can see here. He's standing right next to the... In fact, he's gonna get wrecked. There's no way he won't. Oh, that's important. But yeah, being in this range means you can't fully utilize the greatsword. So what I would want to do as blue team would be to go somewhere spaced where they can make full utilization of the Mesmer, who has to be in melee range all the time now. Like, Mesmer should constantly do his greatsword 1 to the pressure, and he's not getting the chance to do that right now.
And we are going to see right here, red teams, I believe this was their NG going into the downs here. They did try to come up for Rez, but it's not going to happen. He's going to get knocked out now. I believe a banner came down there from Ferox too, so that is going to be wasted, where he could have used that to get Ezra up a couple, if Ezra is going to end up going down, which does look like it may be the case here in quite a few seconds, getting bursted heavily. A lot of Connies rolling in. Was able to cleanse quite a few of those Connies, but again, does look like it is going to be his time. Try to channel off a healer, but no, not going to happen. He's going to get thrown on, and Ferox, once again, like we saw, does not have that banner available now. He's going to try to go and try to knock someone out, but with his teammate being eliminated, and still all 3 members of the fight, and a whoopsie daisy, I think Button-Eyed forgot the rule here.
Did he jump back in, or what happened?
Yeah, he jumped back into the fight. You're not allowed to do that.
Okay. Well, does that mean that they lose the round?
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
That will mean... So that'll be an instant win for blue side there.
It was,
Granted, it was leaning in their favor anyway there, but...
Yes. I think... I'm not quite sure what happened, but because when I was watching the Mesmer, he was ported out. He effectively did 0 damage that fight.
Yeah.
So he ported out, which means that the engineer died solo to Zeus and... oh yeah, you never went through the Rangers build. Just shoutouts to all the Rangers. We don't care about you. Yeah, he died solo to the Elementalist and Ranger pressure. That means, which means the build is much squishier than the normal NG, because NGs are very sustained normally.
Yeah.
So explain this build to me a little bit.
The Ranger build?
No, the engineer.
The
I
Engineer?
don't care about the Ranger. That's well established at this point.
Well, for anyone who was wondering, the Ranger is spirits, so I mean we don't really need to say more beyond that. But as we go over to the Engineer, I actually haven't seen a build like this. I mean, it's well, he's changing it now actually, so I can't explain it. But I'm waiting for him to set it back up now. So this is actually what he's setting up now is kind of what we've seen a few engineers going down for NA at least. But again, the Karen Amulet is throwing it off a little bit in regards to it, that we almost always see NGs on NA. And I know like on EU, NGs you just don't see them, right? They just
No. NG's always been very strong, and NG is strong on EU as well. It's just that you don't see many people running. But there's some people switching to it every now and then. We have Denchi and Frey off-classing it, for example, and even a lot of players are trying it every now and then. It's definitely strong in this meta with all of the changes that's happened with burning and all that.
Indeed.
Like they can get ridiculous burning. But then you need to make yourself sustained, because the damage has increased by so much. That's why I'm skeptical towards rifle, because rifle just means you're so exposed. You don't have the block, for example. And right now he's listening to me. Look at this stream sniping. He's taking toolkit for a block.
So yeah, he's going towards that build that we've seen a lot of North American engineers run with Celestial Till. You will note they swapped out the comp entirely, and the fact that Ellie's now going to run Staff Ellie too, and as well they're going to have Ferox play Zerker Warrior, and he's going to run Zerker Hambo now. I thought he was playing the Eviscerate build for a second there, but that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, they're completely built around fighting on a point, though, it seems.
Yeah.
Like, they have grenades, and then they have the Warrior Hambo, and then they have a Staff Ellie. This would be strong on a 3v3 point, but not on an area where you could just freely roam. So if Blue Team just picks the open area not to fight with, they have a huge advantage.
Alright, well, game has begun, guys. Once again, What's Up Bay is in the lead here at the moment. If they take this game right here, they are going to eliminate the red team and take this first round, but we are seeing things start to initiate. Ferox going to dive in here a little bit, try to put some pressure onto Mime, and it looks like it is doing that quite well at the moment. Did pop us invulnerable, but it was able to get out of the way for a bit, but at the same time, we're also seeing some red team members taking quite a bit of damage, but Mime as well is still definitely taking the brunt of it. Once again, going to pop some vulnerabilities. He does try to get out here, and he's actually in quite a good spot here, getting good support coming out here as well. Waterfield's getting popped all around him as well. Was able to pop off either face, so he's in a good spot. Once again, that Engineer not doing so well on this point either. Does go in and end up taking a lot of kind of residual damage, it seems, but he does able to get a nice retreat out of there with the 4 on a Super Elixir, and as well as going to leap away there with the 5th skill on a Rifle, so he's going to put some serious distance between himself and the rest of the fight, and will now have his healing turret up and available. Now Kizos is behind him again. That'll put a little bit of Connie pressure on him, but again, as it is a Spirit Ranger, won't be too much to worry about. He can definitely handle things, and this fight really kind of starting to spread out now. Helseth, where do you think you're going to see this going over the next few minutes?
I think if I was on Blue Team right now, we just make the plan to just keep going as it is, because right now they're in a good position. They just need to make sure they get towards the middle is what I'd like to do. If you get towards the middle, you can just reset a dominant position, keep the high ground whenever you want. Right now they're split up. Honestly, this is starting to tilt for the red team. Look at the Mesper, for example.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at him right now. Mesper started. Go ahead.
Yeah, right now he's being followed, and he's not getting to do any of the pressure that the Mesper can do with a greatsword. Moreover, we have, like, everybody's really split up. This is quite confusing.
I mean, well, like, again, this is the first 3v3 that... I think this is the first North American 3v3 ever, so, like, nobody really knows what they're doing, in all honesty.
3v3 in Conquest?
Well, I mean, they've never 3v3 with no point existing. That's the issue, is that there's no point to stand around, so everybody's kind of like, well, we can kite, like, and they don't, maybe they don't realize that, like...
Yeah, then I'm saying this to all the teams watching this right now, then try to, while there's no point you need to hold, there's still positional advantage you need to hold. You need to control the middle, because when you control the middle, having one player on the high ground is extremely strong. Players on the high ground, that all you have is a choke fight. You're all fighting in the choke points. Instead, if you completely control the middle and can have one of your players stand behind the middle, you're gonna have a really strong position, because they can just keep defending for him. Looks like we're having some things happen. So you can
Indeed. Ferox going into the down state now. We do see Blue Team coming in for burst. Red's going to try to go for that double res, and actually we're going to see both players going to have Ferox get stomped out. Laser Ezra as well went down to the residual corpse cleave, and as well we're going to see a lot of cleave come down. Boot Knight are probably not going to be able to get the res. I think see, look at all the condies running to Boot Knight. He's going to go down, and just like that, guys, a quick cleanup from the Blue Team. What's up, Bay?
Blue, that dragon was adorable! What is a dragon?
Yeah, that's the new dragon finisher. It's not like the level 80 one, but it's a gem store one.
But buy that one for me now. It's adorable.
I actually have the gems.
Oh my god, we could see it there though. That the fight went on for a little bit forever, and even Blue was actually very pressured when they were fighting at the choke. But then when they moved down towards the open space and started fighting, they won the fight much quicker and were able to finish them off. The Mesmer was on the high ground as well. He face rotated up to the high ground and got to pressure with his Greatsword 1 instead of just getting chased around. So definitely taking control of the middle and having your ranged sniper do as much pressure as possible is important.
Indeed.
And also not building yourself all towards AoEing when there's no points.
That is important, I would say.
Also getting that dragon feature. That dragon was so cute!
I know, it is pretty cool. There's been some outrage on the forums over that being a dragon finisher on the gemstone, not being the actual level 80 one or rank 80 one.
It's so cute.
It is. It's very cute.
It's cute. The dragon one is like the blue.
The one that's like the crystalline dragon. It looks like Kraukatorek.
Yeah. The one I've never used.
Don't know who Kraukatorek is, so.
Kraukatorek?
Kraukatorek is the crystal dragon in the game. He's in that like level 30 zone.
Level 30? You think I've ever PvE'd?
I don't know. Don't you have? Like, isn't your guy level 80?
Yeah, but I bought Tome. Okay, like 2 days
That's
ago.
True. That's true.
2 days ago when I was Warby Worlding, Sizer taught me what a Miniped was. I didn't know what a Miniped was. I was like seeing some cute little ghost follow him around, and it was amazing.
Yeah, mini pet. I've noticed that too. Is that like minis in this game? Like I barely notice it because people don't use them. They're like there's apparently like a huge market for really rare ones on the TV, but like yeah, I'm never really dabbled in it that much. 'Cause it's just this really weird thing to me.
Taking a look at the next, I think Warrior is like lower tier, and I'm gonna say this now. You ready for me to say this? I think if you want to run Warrior in 3v3 on this map, you should run Rifle. Yeah.
Wait, on Warrior?
Yeah. Rifle, yo. Rifle's so hard to dodge. You don't need you just get like an Elementalist to support him, and then you get some burst that forces people to focus the burster, and then you get Rifle Warrior and you kill shot. Yeah. Yeah.
I
think that's the most vibe.
I honestly think of all runners here, that would be what they'd run. In all honesty.
The thing is, not for the kill shot, but just for the number 3 or number 2. I think it's number 3, the one that shoots rapidly several times. It does a lot of pressure, and it actually does reliable pressure. All of the warrior stuff is like reliant on actually being in melee range, and when you can kite completely freely, it's so much weaker.
Yeah.
It's not built for outside of conquest. So,
Yeah.
I think a Necromancer is extremely strong for 3v3.
For 3v3?
Yeah.
So-
especially mini.
For like Condi Necro or just like or Power Necro? Probably not Power Necro. Both?
Power Necro is ridiculous. Have you seen Power Necro's damage? Like,
I've been playing it a little bit actually.
when they lich, I've died to 1 hit from a lich.
It does
he
like-
hit me once,
it
and he
hit-
got lightning proc for 8k. I'm like,
Yep.
okay, yeah, all right.
It does like 7 or 8k to light targets. It's
yeah,
redonkulous.
yeah. So like, you build a tactic around that. You hit them once, and if you don't kill them, then you're gonna die because you're a lich. But
Yeah.
but it's a good tactic.
We had that yesterday. We had people. It was 2v2 granted, but we had 2v2 running Lich, but unfortunately the Lich did not work in 2v2 at all because he just got instantly focused.
Yeah. Then you could also hard counter them. You go Mesmer, just mow him.
Yep.
Um,
All right. Well, everybody is kind of in here.
No, they're not.
Well,
there's only 2 on
they're
that
swapping out Asurans, I think, and
Alright,
legendaries.
so yeah, okay. So this comp, I believe this is the strongest comp you can have in 3v3.
In blue
you
team?
have the NG and then the Necro. Now Guardian's not allowed, yes.
Guardians are allowed, yeah.
With the bunker, I mean. With bunker, I mean that.
No, they're allowed with bunker. So, like I said, the only restriction is triple bunkers are not allowed. So if we have say we have like a staff ellie, a bunker guardian, and a like tanky and like a soldier hambo, that wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah,
That,
right.
like we're trying to avoid overly tanky stalemate builds, basically
Yeah,
boring
exactly.
shit.
I think this comp, if you swap the warrior out for a guardian or elementalist, the NG necromancer and then a bunker, that's probably the strongest 3v3 comp you can get. They're super sustained, and the counter burst they have is just insane. They like the crates, and then they basically win. It's probably the strongest composition. That's what I'd put my money on.
Alright.
So you have this composition. It's almost complete, but the warrior severely weakens it. On the other side, we have Hibasaurus, Cade, and Name.
Coolja.
Nils. Sorry, Nils. Cade's playing. What's he playing? Sword Dagger. Yeah, he's playing.
Yep.
He tends to play very offensive. Yeah, he's still playing that 30 strikes, 30 critical strikes. Really offensive Sword Dagger. It can hit for the most stupid amounts ever. And he showed me some of the damage a lot. Like he streamed for me a little bit and showed me off. And like yeah, it was really high damage when he didn't instantly die, which unfortunately was all the time. Shadows to Cade. And then we have Hiba. He's playing Hambo, I believe. Boring. Want to look. And then we have Name.
Coolja.
Alright, Nils. He's playing a bunker, which I think Bunker Guardian is probably very. Wait, that's not Bunker Guardian. Is he Bunker Guardian?
It's bunker, but he's running Scepter Shield Staff with the weapons set.
Okay, well,
Virtues basically.
Shield could be debatable. I mean, the shield could be interesting, but I think it's just for the reflection for the NG possibly.
Coolja likes to run shield usually. I've noticed when he does run bunker builds, he often just runs shield because I think it's a personal thing as well, like a personal choice thing.
All right, yeah, shield isn't horrible. It's just hard.
Yeah, it's
but-
different.
Yeah, exactly. I like the fact that you're a guardian here. I think guardian is really good here, but I think basically what's gonna happen is if Backpack and also can get a burst on Cade, he's gonna be really really punished, and they'll just be fine. And I don't think Hiba is going to be able to effectively kill anyone, really. Maybe the warrior can be killed there. Man, if they just had a guardian, I'd just put all my gold on the Conti comp. Oh wait, is the NG actually playing a good build? No, he's playing rifle.
No, he's.
No.
I told you, it's this build, dude. This is.
No,
this
why
is,
are they
this?
playing bad builds?
You know how Ellie has the build for that like 00266 DD Celestial build. This is that build for NGs on North America.
But he died so fast. He died when to two. Okay, I'm gonna.
Well,
have to watch this.
you mean in the last round? This is slightly different. As I actually have to correct myself. The last one that we saw had 4 points in inventions. This one's got 4 points in tools, so it's a little
Right,
different.
yeah.
But this is the
Yeah.
more common of the two.
Right, I'm gonna go ahead and stare at him, because this is huge. Like I don't see how you could go rifle, but you know, like maybe, I mean, like if we, maybe. I mean, it'll be interesting. Let's see. NA the first time inventing new meta.
We'll have
go.
to see. All right, guys. We are just waiting for the ready ups on both sides here at the moment. I have given them the signal. I'm not sure if they're just AFK or we're waiting for. We have been talking for a little bit. Usually the 2v2s go a little bit faster, so it's usually just me and I just mute myself between rounds. But
Now I have to see that. There's a lot of cool kiting you can do with
The match starts
a
soon.
rifle here.
Yeah.
You can jump in swaggy ways.
Last chance
Alright.
to nail down your
Alright,
strategy.
I'm gonna stare at backpack the entire time. Have fun.
Alright guys, with the countdown starting here, we are getting started once again. This is a best of 3 round, 3v3 arena style, with Late as usual spawning on the red side, with Backpack, Nas, and Rar. Up against Hashtag Believe with Cade, Kolja, and Hipposaurus spawning on the left side of the map on the blue team. Coming out of the gates here right now, red team may be making a bit of an aggressive push here. Hold on, went up halfway. They did see Frost Grains getting tossed in there by Backpack. More Grain is getting tossed. I believe one or two of this might have hit Kolja, but not going to be the case. Actually does still have the Aegis up and ready to go. So blue team falling back here as red team made that bit of a push.
Notice the
Go ahead.
positioning of red team here. This positioning is really good for
Yeah.
red team, unlike last time. Because here they can set up a choke. They have the warrior that can peel for them. Instead of chasing targets, he'll just stand right next to them and spam his fields over them. And like stun anyone that gets close to them. Meanwhile, the engineer and the necromancer are right next to each other, which means if you go on them, you're gonna have to tank both of their pressure. It has the downside of the warrior's berserker stance whenever it's up. He's gonna be safe, but it seems like the pain is starting. Warrior's
Indeed.
dead.
Hipposaurus taking a lot of damage here. Good chains coming out here as well. He's going to get hit by the crate after that huge Condi barrage went onto him. We're also going to see, I believe it was Nas following a play for him. Hibba is trying his best to get away and out of the mess here, but it's not going to happen. He will go down. We had an SR ready to go, so they're going to be able to res him back up, and he'll probably be able to get himself out of here. But look at this. Cade took a little bit too much AoE damage, and he himself ended up going down to the downstate now. We see Hibba as well as Kolja coming in, trying to get a res off. Nas trying to put enough pressure, but in plague form, unfortunately, not going to be sufficient enough in order to keep it down. Now we have to watch out, too, because Nas is starting to get a bit low. He's still seeing here, like, nose deep in the team fight, though. Actually gets knocked out there just as he was about to pop off his heel. Cade now coming in for a stomp. It is a stealth stomp. It's going to connect. No, we're actually going to see a stealth
that's
coming out there. And look, we're going to see them both get up. Hipposaurus as well, and all three members of the blue team will get tossed into the downstate at the same time here, pretty much guaranteeing a red team victory. Hibba can probably vengeance, but nope, we're not going to see that happening. All three going to get knocked in succession, and round one will fall into the favor of Team Late as usual.
Man, we really saw the power of that condition pressure there. Like, if they had a guardian to keep them up, oh my god. So what we saw here was, like, the necromancer did two major mistakes this time. No socks, sorry, I'll call you No Socks, because you have no socks on you right now. Right, cool. I'm creative.
It's a much
Blue.
better name than the last time someone mispronounced his name.
Right, cool.
Kappa.
So, he didn't use Worm this time, or Spectral Walk, really, from what I saw.
He actually did have Worm.
But did he Worm? Okay,
No, yeah,
but
he wormed. He wormed like this, like the second blue team dived on. He was like gone because he was instantly the main focus for the blue team.
Oh, okay. Well, one of the escapes he should have been able to use that second time when he was being pressured. Moreover, he had a really late plague, which. Oh yeah, he has to wait off his play cooldown, by the way. So.
No, he doesn't. Because
Okay, 'cause
remember,
it's-
the game
it
actually,
resets?
yeah,
Okay,
it
yeah.
actually restarts or resets when the
cool.
game begins now. So yay, we don't have to wait like 2 minutes between games now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The plague was really late, and he plagued at like 4K health, which put him at a really dangerous position. He also didn't disengage after he left the plague, which put them at that scary position. He could have played much safer, and they would have had a much safer win. This composition of NG Necro is so good. This is what I've been saying. People have been asking me what I think it will be the future meta in the TPVP, and I've been calling it NG plus Necro together is the most. It's such a strong composition right now. They have so much pressure and also so much tankiness. So I'm betting on them.
All right.
And
So-
you're betting against me. Blue.
Oh, am I?
If you lose, you play Slender. Stream it.
I've played Slender before. It's not that scary.
I know.
Wait, this is like the first Slender, right? Like the one
Yeah,
the
the
like
eight-page
the Unity engine one, like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
that's
played
the
it.
game
It was
is not.
easy.
Yeah,
I won it.
It's
I
not
won
that
it.
scary.
Yeah, exactly. Let's change the subject before
Most-
the stream catches on. So, about the squirrels. They're quite cute. Somebody seems to be swapping out the classes, right?
Somebody asked the forums today for. I think he's actually on a break. Could be wrong. Somebody said something about going AFK. But back on topic for the squirrels.
Yeah. the
Somebody
squirrels-
asked for a squirrel in the mist the other day.
Oh
What's-
yeah, I saw
what's-
that.
What is your?
I was at work and very confused.
What's your opinions on that?
Squirrels would greatly benefit the mist. The state of the mist would be much better
The match
if we had
starts
squirrels all
soon.
over the place. Man, I want to see a guardian with his comp.
Last chance to nail down your strategy.
No guardian
People in the
yet.
chat lying about my competence in Slenderman. I'm disappointed with them.
Alright guys, well, round 2 about to get started here. Once again, best of 3, so hashtag believe on risk of elimination here if they don't manage to take this one. Gates opening up. Let's see how it is going to go. Coming directly to the gates, let's actually see if red team will make that aggressive push we saw last time. Does not appear to be the case. They're kind of holding back this time. Once again, we will see Nos putting down the worm right over here in the back, so if he does get pressured on, which is highly likely. They may put a second thought to that once again, however, because, again, the last time that happened, he did worm right out. So let's see what they actually do. Helsa?
The dream is that they force a berserker stance. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Now run. Now okay, they pull in. Okay, yeah, go ahead and pull in the berserker stance, warrior. You can do that.
He popped his endure pain there too, I believe.
Yeah. But now his berserker stance is up, which means 1 corrupt. There we go. We got the corrupt from the traits. Let's see here. If we
Nas
get a
used his
corrupt
fallback. Nas managed to use his fallback. I want to check here
He's
real
used
quick.
both of his fallbacks
Yeah.
actually. He's used his spectral walk. It
Hasn't
was
used-
quite premature as well.
He hasn't used the corrupt boon just as of yet, yeah. I think he kind of got skittish there when Kay jumped onto him and wanted to pop that off and just was, whoa, like, let's hang back here for a second. But, look, they're getting the Connies off onto Hibba now. Hibba's in a bit of trouble. They were able to just cleanse those Connies off, and I believe Kulja had a nice job assisting with that and getting those Connies off. Hibba now hanging back, going to try to get the pin down off. Does connect over there onto Nos, and that is going to be a very dangerous scenario for Nos. Both players getting very low. Nos was able to get his CC off, heal himself up. We are going to see, again, a bit of a late play coming off here, just coming in to try and get poised onto Hibba, but it's not going to be enough in order to keep him in the downstate here, as we did see right team coming in, trying to get the kill. Not going to happen, though, like we just saw. So he's back up, falling back right now. Dubs' support coming in from Kulja. We'll get the heals as well as the Might Sacks coming off there as well. With the poison expiring, he'll start to regenerate a lot of health, and he's going to instantly die back into this fight, as Nos is still very close to death here indeed. He does actually have the worm back up in play again, so if he gets low enough, he can... Oh, no, not going to be able to do that. K dives right in there, gets the kill on him. We do see a double res coming up again. They use the toss stress, got him back up. He's now going to pop the worm, get himself out of there. We did see an Earthshaker come in there, managed to stun both members of the red team, but look, Cade went in for play here. I believe that was that Nightmare Runes, or did he actually get the fear off? I think he
that
might.
was fair.
Yeah, and we did see the fear going off on Cade. I think, well, I'm saying, how did it go on them? I think it was Nightmare
Yeah, it
Rune
was
proc,
the,
right?
the F3.
Oh, it was the F3. Okay, cool. So managed to go off on them there. Took Cade down, and Nos is going to be able to knock Cade right out of this game here now. And again, bring it down to a 2v3. Hipposaurus will probably fall to Condi pressure here very soon as well, and I think we may be seeing a 2-0 in the favor of late as usual.
Alright, so what I'd recommend for late as usual, was that the team name?
Yeah.
The warrior needs to peel for the Necromancer a lot more. He was chasing around the target, which is good. I mean, you want to pressure the Hibba, which is what he did. But at the same time, if Cade is on Nozak, then he really need to be just peeling Cade away. Because all you need is one stun, and then the Necromancer will be able to Condi burst the thief in just one shot.
Alright, well.
So we saw the damage. The damage was real. The new trait for Necromancer is so strong. It's a corrupt boon.
The one that, the second tree, that one?
Yeah, exactly.
What's it called?
Exactly. It
Path of
corrupts
Corruption, I think
boons.
it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So strong. So ridiculously strong. Like the weakness he gets on thieves and all that. So strong.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It seems to, I don't know, like that whole, like I've played around with that a bit too, and it seems like that whole like going down that tree in general makes them like tanky or like bulky
Yeah.
in general too. Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, it's not that tree itself, but it's just like once you've traded there, you got enough damage, and then you can reallocate your points to more. Like you can go into the soul reaping trade line that makes you so much tankier, and you don't really need any more damage off that. You can take all your utilities can be defensive. Like Corrupt Boon is the only offensive one, and then you get 2 stun breaks. And So you have so much utility. You just threw all of, because you have enough damage, right? You don't actually have to spec.
Yeah,
into
yeah.
Damage.
Alright, so we are getting our next teams in here right now. I'm going to update the overlays in just a second, guys. We've got, I believe it is 4 more games for you tonight. We're going to be having this one. This is our last round of 8 game following this, or actually, technically it's quarterfinals here, as we only have 8 teams, or 7 teams. So this is our last quarterfinal game. Following this, we'll move directly onto the semifinals. We're going to be having Team Teamwork versus Was Up Bay. Following that, and keep in mind too, Team Teamwork did get the lucky bye tonight because we only had 7 teams, and we have started randomizing the seeds for this tournament. We're trying to be a little bit nicer to the new teams instead of pinning them up against, like, you know, for example, in 2v2's Cade and Tanny right off the bat, just as an example, once again. We have started randomizing the brackets to help those teams out, give them a better chance. These tournaments mainly are for the players. So we're going to be having, once again, Team Teamwork versus Was Up Bay, and then following that, we'll have the winner of this game that we're about to play right now take on, late as usual, who we just saw take that last game. So let's update the scores very quick, or the overlays very quickly. I believe our blue team is 3 ways to die. Yeah, the blue team is.
The comp of for what was the blue team called? Nils. All right. The
3
team
ways
Nils,
to die.
Team Nils is actually probably the most bunkery way I can imagine you playing these comps. The question is, will they have enough damage? Versus comps that don't have super much pressure themselves, I think this is an extremely solid and relatively easy play to comp. Like they have an easier comp, I think, than blue team. Right? Red team, blue team. Blue team, red team.
Blue team is 3 ways to die.
Stop being so tired. All right.
Yeah.
Let me
me
do this again.
Helseth, by the way, again, thanks to Helseth for coming in. How late is it for you right now? It's like 2 a.m., right?
Yeah, the thing is, I woke up like 5 a.m. because I work morning. I'm tired. Okay, anyway, so red team, Nils, right? Nils? Red team Nils have the easier composition due to how bunkery they are. They can just sustain each other and just try to out-sustain the opponents. The blue has a very similar composition, team Nils, but not quite as sustaining. And let me take a look at the ranger, because this is important. Is he... I'm not reading that. I'm not looking at that. That's a spirit.
The ranger?
Why didn't you tell me it was a spirit?
It's only 1 spirit if you don't count the ultimate.
right.
Technically 2, but...
Teams, listen. One of you need to play Power Ranger. Listen, I'm looking for the Power Ranger out there.
Keys also would play Power Ranger if he asked him to.
Look, he's playing Quickening Zephyr. Why isn't he playing Berserker Longbow?
I don't know.
No respect.
I don't. Where does this come into play? The Quickening Zephyr in this build? Because it's. I mean, it's. I don't know. It seems like a really odd placed utility considering he's running with Settlers and he's running the single spirit build. Do you think he'd run like Signet of Renewal or something like that instead of what he's got now?
Yeah, but I'm guessing this is NA meta. Anyway,
this is not NA meta.
NA meta. Don't worry about it.
It's almost NA meta, but
rifle engineers, quickness condi rangers. I'm used to it. And then we have. I'm putting my stock though on red team having the advantage here and winning.
All right. Well, we'll see.
And yes.
1 second. Sorry, just sorting out some admin goodies. Uno momento, por favor.
Oh my god, I wanna see triple Power Ranger now. The snipers.
That would be interesting.
Well, they'd lose to Stealth Burst, but if there was no Stealth Burst, you just jump up on the platform and you're like sniping. Snipe. Is someone breaking the rules?
This is borderline triple bunker, debatably.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned.
So we're gonna ask one of them to change up their build a little bit for us here, because again they do have this. The ranger is kind of borderline, but he is running. Again, they are kind of running it with the 3 amulets there. So we're gonna invoke the triple bunker rule here and ask them to change the comp a little bit. Thankfully, though, no fuss or anything like that. King Song is opting to change out himself here, so he's gonna swap the Zerk, and that'll solidify or rather fix any of the issues we would have had. So he's now gonna play Zerk Hambo instead of Soldier Hambo, and we are pretty much good to go.
I don't like Hambo for this. I'd rather have Greatsword bow. Yeah, because that's so mobile. It can reset itself all the time. It can do ridiculous damage. It's a squirrel. Blue.
What's a squirrel?
Blue, that dragon finisher was so cute.
I know, man.
I can't get over it. It's so cute. Buy it for me. Buy 2 for me.
I can buy 2 actually. I think I can only buy. Can I even buy people finishers? While we're waiting for the game to start, let's check this out. What is it under? Services? No.
Iron name.
Boost?
All I know is it's cute.
Where's it under?
It's cute.
Toys?
Alright, the game's starting.
Alright, good. Alright, we'll look this
Blue's
up.
lacking, I'm gonna do this for him. The teams are going into each other, they're gonna go into each other, they're going into each other right. I can't do this, Blue, you take over.
That's mean. Alright, well, blue team took the north. I tried very hard to fix that. Blue team is taking the northern exit here.
It's a good thing, you'd be like amazing at like speed battle rapping. Double time. like you're a disaster. Google it.
They did actually, we're gonna get back on topic here now. They did actually kind of surprise the red team here because they took the northern exit to the base instead of going out the front. Kind of made a forward push in that regard, and actually blue team kind of came up behind him. Now, as we take a look at things here, Jasher has already taken a lot of damage, but when you take a look at red team's health pools, apologies again if I'm butchering these names, Stalagata also as well took quite a bit of damage, but again, as he is Ellie, he should be able to support himself and regenerate most of that on his own here. He is going to pop a lightning or try to get out of the way. Jasher definitely still in the chopping block here. In fact, 471 health, did try to dodge out of the way of that Earthshaker, but I think he missed time that just by a second. They ended up going into the downside, but he is going to get up. I believe Spirit Res did come out into play there from Percolated, getting him back up into play once again. So they are going to keep this team fight going, but they do need to get some serious damage rolling here. They've got Stalacta very close to death indeed. These Condies may actually tick him down. He's going to dive in. Oh, not very smart move diving into the fight there, but once again, Jasher is also in the down state. We are going to see Stalacta popping off the Mist Form, or probably just Vapor Form from the down state there, getting him back up in the process. We did see Jasher getting stomped out, and now a red team will take the hefty advantage with the elimination of Jasher, move on, and probably knock out Percolated and King Song without any issues either. So I think round one will end up going into the favor of the red team.
And aside from that one downstate that happened after he got heavily bursted, did you notice how the health pool of the red team was just consistently really high? The entire time they were so sustained, and that's essentially what's happening here. If they don't get pressured, if you don't pressure them, they're just gonna steadily pressure you down. And even if you do get one guy down, they have a lot of resting power. They have two heavy to rest someone, and the Ellie is also extremely strong at resting with both Armor of Earth and Mist Form.
Yeah.
So, like, there isn't a single easy rest, and the target you kind of want to go for the most is probably the Ellie, right?
Yeah, and that's what they were doing.
But the Ellie's downstate is so strong as well. Like, it's probably the strongest downstate with the Mist Form.
Yeah.
So, like, it's really difficult for them. If they don't go for the Ellie, he has his Mist Form to rest, and if they do go for the Ellie, he has his Vapor Form to avoid getting stomped. So, you have to pressure them all at the same time. You have to make it so that when they have to rest, they have to get really pressured, like a Necromancer Nunji. And if you don't have that real strong pressure, they're just going to out-sustain you no matter what you do. And I don't think, unfortunately, that the pressure that we will get from blue team here now is enough to actually destroy the sustain.
Now, they haven't loaded in just yet, so they may be changing up. Which, again, would be a good choice, according to what you just said there.
Yes. Like a longbow. Like, if you have the pressure of a longbow auto attack, yo, I'm gonna type in map chat. Go longbow. Trust me. Right. The best thing is that since it's on blue, the bandit, you're very trustworthy, so.
You're gonna like say a bunch of, you're gonna, now you're just confusing the hell out of them. This isn't fun. Oh my. Anyway, the game should be starting soon. We are just waiting for blue. And picked the name, which is an amazing name indeed. Will be in the advantage position now. So again, if they take this game, they'll move on to semifinals to take on. Only have to remember all these team names late as usual. Whereas again, as it is best of three, three ways to die takes this next round. They will obviously tie the setup at 1-1 and take us to a third game. So as we wait, we can go over more specifics of the builds for people that aren't really familiar with some of the things we've been talking about tonight. Elementalist very quickly going over some of this stuff is running with 00266 in his trade split, double daggers, sigils of battle, as well as Doom with a rune of strength and a celestial amulet. Tiffany.
Yeah, I wanted to insert the comment. The good thing about this build is that it's good at literally everything. It's really strong at supporting with all its water traits and heals. They have a really strong con declare. They have the auras that they can use to stun. An amazing thing that they can do to pressure as well is that they can actually stun the Guardian's shelter. Now, it's not as like important in these 3v3s, but in a conquest mode, you can use the shocking aura and you can get through and stun the Guardian when you use a shelter. And it's like ridiculous pressure. So they're amazing both offensively and defensively. They have all the protection, the auras, the healing, and then they're also due to the strength runes and their might stacking, they eventually become almost as strong as a Berserker. Not only that, since the might also applies to condition, they even get like strong burnings and bleedings and all that. Tiffany, Hambo.
And Forlorn is Bunker Guard, so not much to talk about there.
Hambo, it's extremely strong because its fire field is really good, and since you have to stand at the point. Oh wait! Exactly. So stop
Yeah.
running Hambo and start running Longbow Ranger.
It's like your obsession on Longbow Ranger.
I'm gonna see a Longbow Ranger.
I don't. What do you see in them?
Listen.
I'm really confused if this is you trolling or if this is like actually something you want to see.
Listen, Blue. Up would be a longbow, a nice warm longbow.
Calling
Pew, 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 pew.
calling Kizos to fulfill Hell's request because he's probably the only ranger in this tournament who would actually consider doing that.
Please. Right, so the fight started.
Anyway, yep, Jasher again, gonna be the one taking most of the damage. You're sitting in the middle of the fight here at the moment. He's gonna start pulling out. Obviously, again, you will note too, he has swapped out. He was running 2 spirit weapons at the start of the last game, but has since changed that up and is now running with full triple meditation over here. Much more standard DPS guardian, but unfortunately, he is still gonna be the one to fall down. We will see a nice sphere coming off from the blue team, though. As you do come in, they will get that res back up on the Jasher and continue doing things. But again, like you were talking about earlier, red team just not budging at all in terms of their health pool. Blue team just unable to get anything on, and even when they do, red team just has the support. They have that good team fight, and they're keeping each other pretty much full health pools throughout this entire fight. So it looks like, again, red team going to come out of this very strong. Percolated was just eliminated, so no spirit res will come back out. Jasher is still very low here, even after popping off his even after popping off his shelter just a couple seconds ago there. He'll probably end up going into the downstate tune, and King Smog as well has also been taking quite a few ticks of damage here over the past few seconds. So with that, guys, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing another 2-0 here, and with that, red team will be moving on to the next round.
I just took a look at the Guardian's builds. It's running Celestial Amulet, Great Sword, Mace, Focus, Balthasar runes with meditations. Blue, he's running Amplified Wrath, burning damage is increased. How did I not comment on a Celestial Condi Guardian?
I don't know, man.
What is this? What they should have done?
It's a Celestial Condi Guard then with Celestial Amulet.
I mean, this is like the fun thing about it is if they have no counter removal, it would be the most hilarious thing because he could have just put burning and then they could have just ran and the opponent would have died due to damage over time. But he most likely did nothing there, unfortunately, because of the Condi cleanses from the Guardian, the cleansing air from the Warrior, and not just that, but also the Elementalist Condi cleanse. That you really have to overload it. You can't rely on single target long duration conditions with builds like that. So they were pretty much hard countered on top of also having a weaker composition in the first place.
All right, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah. You need to overload them like NG and Longbow. Right. So we have. This is a new team, or what?
Yes. Like I said, there was 7 teams tonight, so one team ended up getting a bye.
Okay.
Like, it was random seed, so it was a random team that got a bye. It ended up being this team, which is Team Teamwork. So we've got 3 guys from that team. It's Spirit Acorn, Warmonger, Noda, which I'm trying to remember who this is because I remember the account name. Not entirely sure.
Wait. It's blue. I'm
Yes.
being whispered right now.
Are you?
Yes.
What's up?
Zeus whispered me saying, "We will longbow for you."
Oh, are they?
Blue.
Yes.
Blue.
Is your
Blue,
dream
blue.
coming true?
Blue. Zeus. I want 2 longbows. There will be one named Sniper and
was-
one named Sniper.
Three longbows though.
This is not a longbow. This is a mesmer.
Just.
I'm disappointed.
Where's the
already.
third? We have one more. We have Kizos still. Kizos will play Ranger. I know that much. So.
Oh my god.
Is it?
Blue.
Is it? Oh, it's happening.
Blue.
But
Blue.
it's a.
Oh my god. This is gonna be. Wait. One mistake. He's running longbow greatsword. I wanted longbow, but I'll deal with it. All right. So comp-wise, I mean, we already have longbow rangers, so they're practically winning. But in a serious moment, honestly, since this is interesting, I want to see how well a ranger and a necromancer can handle the pressure of a ranger and a mesmer. Because you know the amount of range pressure that's going to happen there is effectively not going to let him use his spells. Because the second he appears in range, he'll just instantly get bursted.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Keys
thing-
will be very annoying indeed, to say the
Exactly.
least, on the Necromancer.
What blue team unfortunately is severely lacking in is downstate damage. Like if the Mesmer and the Ranger brings the Necromancer down, how will they stomp him through a Warrior and Guardian resing? What will likely happen is they'll do a burst, it won't be quite enough, and then the rest will happen, and then they're kind of out of damage in the melee range, and they will likely, unfortunately, get out-sustained. But let's believe in them. Let's believe in the longbow hype.
Alright, guys. Longbow hype is
Let's
real.
start soon.
Game is getting started here right now, so let us
Last
begin.
chance to
Once again,
nail down your
it is
strategy.
going to be over here on the blue side. Apologies. Was up they with Zeus, Mime, and Kizos playing Longbow Power Ranger. Yes, versus teamwork over here on the red team. With Egrex Warmonger Noda, who is David, by the way. I did end up remembering. And Pure Acorn will be playing on the red side of the map. Now, coming out of the gates, no push from either team just yet. Red team does seem to be the more mobile one, while blue team is taking the option to kind of sit and wait here. But blue
Blue
team...
needs to get on the high ground where they can snipe. So this is what we're... Oh my god, look at it!
Yeah. Already seeing
No,
longbow
I
damage
gotta
there.
kill off
That was like 1 or 2 hits, right? Was what that was from longbow?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it took him down to like 60%
That was-
health.
Zeus, run to them. Look at the damage!
Yep.
Look at the longbow. Oh,
Already
yeah,
popping Plague, yeah, already popping
Plague.
Plague.
What up?
Huge pressure from the blue team here at the moment, as we do see Egrex coming in here, trying to get something done, trying to move away from this. Red team coming in there with their warrior, trying to get some stuns up, trying to pull people off of Egrex, but it's just not happening here. He's surrounded by enemies, trying to find somewhere where he can run to. His heal is going to come up here right now, so he's going to be able to pop that off, but again, instantly getting knocked down. Was able to get that fear off there, so once again, will peel for himself one, but again, not going to be able to get away here very quickly, or bellies for too long, as blue team still kind of surrounding him. He needs to get away from this, not happening, still taking far too much damage. Kizo's kind of hiding over here with the longbow, gonna snipe him into the downstate. Zeus coming in here with some cleave, and like you were talking about there, did not have enough of the downstate cleave in order to keep him down, but Kizos comes in with great sword, knocks him in once again. We are gonna see Kizos blocking just for safety reasons. They're gonna be a little bit careful of him going into melee range there on a Power Ranger, and now they are coming in with it there. Pure Acorn as well, starting to take a bit. He's not looking too hot here at the moment, trying to keep himself up and alive. Gonna be popping off renewed focus, but again, not gonna be able to heal him too much. Gets knocked down there. No CC just yet. Gonna still have full mobility, but Connie's rolling on him. He goes into the downstate, leaving only Warmonger Note alive, with all 3 members of Was Up A still alive and well. Blue team should easily have this round in the bag.
We had effectively no pressure going out from the Necromancer. I mean, did we expect anything else when the mighty longbow entered the battlefield? No, well, we saw there, though, the downfall of their build. It took them ages to get that first stomp, as we saw. They got a rest already at the start with no problems, blue team that is. Sorry, red team. And then even when the Necromancer did get stomped, he was down for a really long time, which means a composition that has more counter pressure, as in if they didn't have a warrior, if they had an NG instead, for example, they would have so much counter pressure, and I'm starting to... the hype for longbow is starting to fade, though.
Is it?
It's starting to fade. It's amazing, but it's starting to fade. What I think they need is 2 longbow rangers. I think that's what they're really missing out on right now.
Oh boy. Somebody said that the Mesmer is Tanny. I don't think so. So I don't know who the Mesmer is. I just wanted to bring that up real quick. I don't know. Kizo said that. So Mesmer may be Tanny. Just wanted to put that out there for the record. I know that's like really off topic, but yeah, because I don't know who this Mime guy is.
Well, I mean, I've played with Tani before.
Yeah.
And Mime is an accurate description of the communication that tends to go around.
That actually would make sense now that I think about it. But it's a different account, so what happened to Tanny's account?
Banned.
For what?
Yeah, well, Tani
What-
was
what-
accused of illegal drug dealings, and when the account got brought in by the police and they asked, "Can you confirm this? Let's have a conversation," Tani never replied ever, just didn't say a word, and they were like, "We if you just say no, we'll believe you," but since there was nothing but radio silence, they had to ban.
Oh my goodness. So the mysterious Mime, or Tanny, we don't really know who this person is, but it's probably Tanny. Is the Mesmer for the blue. Does Tanny even play Mesmer though? That's the thing, like, I've never seen Tanny play Mesmer.
You have no idea how okay, dude.
I've never seen Tanny on a Mesmer before.
It's your fault. This is your fault.
What?
Right? Right, it just confirmed your fault since you made. Well, it looks like the. Compare the Mesmer skill to mine. Does it even look like it plays Mesmer? See, you forced me to say that. That was by pure brute force.
Oh my goodness.
You set it up.
Somebody,
You set it up.
somebody said. Oh my God. Somebody said Tanny's not. It's not actually Tanny though. Now we're really confused.
All right, well, let's try it. Get Tanny on stream, and if Tanny says that it's not Mimic in the mime, then I'll believe it.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, confirmed, Tanny.
Alright guys, we're just waiting for ready ups here at the moment. We should be getting started in just a moment with round 2 for those of you who are here to watch the tournament, not me and Helsa bullshit all night. So the game...
Wow! Here I'm trying to be serious,
We're not-
and you're cussing. You guys saw that, right?
Yes!
You saw that.
Sorry for my foul language, guys.
Unforgivable.
I blame you, it's only when you're here that I do those completely ludicrous things on stream.
Wait, there's another showcase of the Longbow Ranger? Let's actually look at what happens. Wait, oh yeah, there's a run too, I forgot.
Somebody's digging way too deep into this Tanny thing. Somebody who asked to be somebody who is asking to remain anonymous has told me that Mime and Tanny have the same TeamSpeak IP. So
Alright, but
the hole gets
we have
deeper.
The
Say
longbow
again?
start.
The longbow is happening.
Alright, I'm just watching. I want you to go into the longbow and watch.
I'm watching. I'm watching. I'm watching.
Wait for the auto attacks. Wait for the auto
Zeus,
attacks.
look at Zeus though. What happened with
We don't
Zeus?
care about Zeus. Look at the auto
But
attacks.
Zeus went down.
Here, look at the auto attacks.
Zeus ended up going down. He will pop his Vapor Form and try to get out of here, but now Red Team coming in, definitely gonna try to apply the pressure. Thankfully, though, Kizos did have his Nature Spirit up and ready to go, and they were able to res him through the active. Now, not even really gonna attempt to go for a manual res, but once again, that will put the Spirits active on cooldown, and I believe they are gonna have someone DPS Spirit downs that will not be available for later kills. Egrex, once again, unsurprisingly, is gonna be the prime target for the blue team, and is getting very low indeed. Has already popped his Plague, and is probably gonna end up going down within the Plague there itself. Just barely hanging on with 57 health. There we go. Finally gonna see him go into the downstay, but like you were saying, definitely not enough corpse sleeve in order to keep him down, so they will have to bring him back up and go for some more DPS again. He is trying to get away. Did end up popping his Spectral Walk there, so can pop that in just a second if he wants to, but will end up popping in a DS. 4k health. Probably is not gonna survive. What actually manages to get that off there, but still is not enough to survive. Actually does end up going back there and getting bursted down at that last second, so gonna find himself in the downstate once again, and Mime / Tanny will stomp him out there once again and be able to knock him out, and now we are seeing Red Team health dropping here as well. So with that said, guys, Blue Team, with a very nice job indeed, will take a 2-0 victory here and move themselves on to the Grand Finals.
The problem with running solo Necro is that it's not enough Condi. Like, one Ellie will effectively clean it away, especially if you have the Spirit of Nature, which the dragon's so cute! Anyway, they have the Ellie cleansing the conditions, and then they have the Spirit of Nature. And that's really all the Condi cleanse they need to deal with one Necromancer. Now, because it's not that much, but it's when you combine it with another Condi that it's really significant. It's similar for the Mesmer. Like, one single Mesmer power pressure is not enough. Imagine a composition where the Mesmer is the only power source. Like, it's clearly not enough to do pressure, but if you combine a Mesmer and a Thief, all of a sudden it's incredible. And that's what the Necromancer needs. It needs that second oomph.
And that's where the NG comp with that, as well as the Guardian, comes in so strongly here in a 3v3.
Indeed.
All right.
Also, Mime tried to portal stomp. Shout out. Shout out.
I wasn't gonna call it out.
Shout
But...
out. Well, I will.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So we're moving on now to our second to last game actually tonight. Bit of a short cup because it is single elimination, but it's gonna be late as usual versus Kevin. Pick the name here. So they're already joining up, I believe. So let me adjust the overlays. Give me one moment.
Let's search for a rifle. Let's see if anyone's learned the importance of rifle. We have Hambo. We have what's wrong with NA? Why do we not have a rifle? Last time I cast a 2v2, I'm pretty sure I saw a rifle. Yes, I was extremely hype about it as well. What happened?
Because EU is all up in that space age meta, man. We're so far behind. We just can't.
No, but last time I casted, it was in NA, right? It was like Olden or something.
When was that? Yes, I think. Was that really hype rifle player that ended up putting into a montage? That wasn't Olrun. That was someone else who I really wish would play again, but they haven't. That was Team Killshot Princess, if I remember correctly.
Killshot Princess.
I think that was the name. No wait, that may be Olrun's name. I'm trying to remember. It was something with Killshot, if I remember correctly.
That's amazing. Yeah, people in the chat are calling for kill shot. Come on, one of you, get that kill shot.
Get it. But, so what's your calls here? Do you think we're going to see Late As Usual take it, or our red team in terms of comp
like
versus
I
comp
previously
here?
mentioned, this, honestly, if there's a comp where Warrior works, it's probably this one. Because here they have so much anti-Condi. They have the Ellie, they have the Guardian, and then they have their Warrior. All of them can just straight themselves completely. If I was Tiffany, I'd remove Endure Pain, and I'd add in Signet of Stamina, just to get that extra Condi cleanse. And
So
you
they
have
can
so
be-
much Condi cleanse.
Yeah, so they can be completely immune to Condis, basically.
Exactly. You need to build yourself completely against Condi. You don't need Armor of Earth, for example, which Stelgate has right now. There's no reason to. It's only one warrior. He's not going to do much of anything. The only thing he's for is for peeling for them. So you need to build yourself completely against Condi, and then you need to out-sustain them. This is probably like the most anti-Condi we have, so this is like the important matchup.
Alright, well, we're gonna see, guys, once again, red team, Kevin picked the name on the red side of the map on the right side, versus Late As Usual on the left side of the map, with Rar Backpack and Nos. Gates opening up in 3 seconds. Let us see who is gonna take it.
Let's get this started.
I'd just like to say that there's a kill shot or riot right now.
I noticed that, yes. We have to call the riot police, the riot mods, and get them into the chat.
Alright, so it's starting.
Alright, guys, starting off here. Nobody diving in just yet, but we did actually see, again, back with his last week, too. He's going to come up from behind, actually. We did see Tiffany Starfish try to go, or Starcaller, rather, try to go for a pin down there, but it did not connect. I believe he was blinded at the time that he tried to go for that, and as such, did not end up connecting that there. But once again, we're going to see, oh my goodness, huge number of contests coming to Tiffany Starcaller at the moment. Did pop off the Berserker stance, but far too late, unfortunately. Already had that huge barrage of it at the time, but again, was able to cleanse most of it. But yeah,
no conditions on him right now.
the cleanse came out very quickly indeed, and he's already back to full health, so very impressive indeed. Blue team now coming into the fray. They are taking the most of the damage here at the moment, but again, the Condi coming in strong once again, specifically on Tiffany here. You can see it again. It's a lot of damage in general. He's going to fall back, try to get some more regen going here, but Poison will reduce that by quite a bit over here. Healing Signal again, mainly relying on passive regeneration. As such, Poison will negate it by quite a bit. He's getting very low indeed, trying to get himself away from the pressure, but is going to walk away from his teammates. Not sure if that's the correct move to do. Red team trying to get a little bit closer to him. He does end up going down, but traded knock by coming in there from Forlorn Aegis. They will get him back up into play and keep this team fight going. Now pressure shifts over here to Nas, as he is probably going to end up going down as well. We got the Pokeball being thrown on there by Forlorn Aegis, comes in, gets the stomp off onto him, but look at this now. Stalacta going down. This could revert to a 2v2 if they're not careful. Red team coming in, going to try to get the res off right now, trying to see if they got enough course cleave to keep him in the down state, and that is not going to be the case. Stalacta will get right back up, and is now going to pop off his own heal, get him back up to pretty much full health, and rejoin this fight with Backpack as the main target.
Yes, they got completely out-sustained there. Really out-sustained. I think we don't. Oh my god, the knock on the rest, beautiful. But there's not enough benefit of the warrior. They completely cleansed them, and there was one moment when they ran out of the cleanse. But I'd say when I say they, I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm so tired. I'm talking about blue team, of course. Blue team needs to first of all stop focusing the Ellie. Never again. The Ellie has Ether renewal. You will never kill the Ellie. You need to interrupt the Ether renewal. Otherwise, you will never kill him, because he will cleanse so many conditions with his heal, and then his water, and then his cleansing fire. You know, he has and more self-Condi removal than the Guardian does. What I'd be interested in doing is possibly they don't have Signet of Spite, right? So that's an idea.
No.
Maybe you should add that, because right now they're just out-sustaining you. They're doing nothing else than out-sustaining you. So you just go all in. You add, instead of Spectral Walk and Worm, you get Epidemic and Signet of Spite. You know, like you just completely overload them. And with that, you force all of their shouts. Or how about this? You wait with the Signet of Spite, Epidemic. You force the Guardian's shouts, and after they use the shouts, you use Signet of Spite, Epidemic. Bam, instant win.
All right.
Swig.
Swig.
Swig. Swig.
All right,
This
guys.
is what they need. They need to completely overload them. Like they can't run sustain themselves, because they will, without a chance, get out sustained. There's no way they won't be. They need to completely pressure.
Alright guys, so apologies, just taking care of some whispers here at the moment. We are going to be starting in just a second. We are waiting for ready ups on both sides, at which point we will begin with the second round. And as a reminder, by the way, guys, this is a weekly cup, so if you are interested in participating, we also have an EU version of this as well. In fact, that was supposed to happen a little bit earlier today. Unfortunately, we didn't have 4 teams by the cutoff time, so we were unable to have that cup earlier today.
Blue, how do you sign up? Do you not click? Where do you click? I don't understand.
There's a button on the page, which, for this week at least, pages are linked at the down below. I'll update pages for next week on Saturday night. So if you're interested, check back on either this page or on, we have a Mistpedia, Mistpedia master page for tournaments over on the PvP events forum now. It's sticky, so if you want to go check that one, I'll update either Saturday or Sunday night with the new post. Just go on there, the orange button at the top left of the page, click it, join up, make sure you read the rules!
What's an orange button?
It's a button that's orange. And, yeah, you can sign
I'm
up.
confused.
But
I'm
combat's
gonna sign
starting.
up late and complain.
Combat is...
Yes. Focus, Blue. Focus.
God damn it. Combat is starting here, guys. Let's take a look at things. Red team playing much more aggressively this time around the wheel here. Nas already getting very low indeed as he does try to roll back out of here. We've got to pop off his shield as well. Jumping into DS to try and negate some of this damage. Go ahead.
He needs a plague. After this death shot, he instantly needs a plague now.
Not going to do that. He's going to move out.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
Because the pressure kind of moved off
Another
him.
split up, another dead, but it's fine. Right, whatever. It's fine. That's also an option.
Backpack. Actually, no, I don't know. I don't think they're definitely.
They're dead.
Are they dead?
Dead.
Tell me why they're dead.
Look at them.
They're not
split
dead.
up.
None of them are dead yet, though.
The
Tiffany's
Guardian's
low.
lenses are
Alright,
soon up.
maybe they
They're
are
not
dead.
going to be able to pressure for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
They will have no pressure soon.
Stop being right. It makes me look bad. Alright, guys. So, blue team gonna go down here. We see Backpack going down, Nos going down, Rar on his lonesome in a 3v1 now, making pretty much dominantly sure that our red team is gonna take the 2-0 here. And now they are gonna move on to the grand finals where they will take on the Longbow Hype. What's up, Bay?
Problem was, like I said, you need to overload them. If you're splitting up and like the Necromonster is running away and the Engi's trying to do some solar pressure and then they're all running away, that means they're not doing any pressure, the cooldowns are coming back up, and then it's just smack. Oh my god, I'm so tired, Blue.
Are you?
Why did you force me with violence?
You! First of all, I didn't even know you were casting tonight until like 3 hours ago. I knew you wanted to cast yesterday. But
I was tired.
I had no clue about today. It was supposed to be UN size yesterday.
Oh yeah, that would have been hype. Like it would have been him like shuffling and me calling his build disgusting.
But you weren't even playing.
But that doesn't matter. I always call it disgusting. Dude, when we play Hearthstone, I just randomly start typing in caps about how much I hate this thief. Standard.
Oh my. Alright,
Right,
well,
so we have these comps. Let's see. I mean, it all depends on the longbow. If we have a longbow, I believe. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that the tankier comp can out-sustain and win.
and why is that?
Because there's no longbow.
You don't know that, though. They haven't joined yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If there is no longbow, they will out-sustain and win. Otherwise, longbow.
The hype is, or the suspense is real.
The thing is, when you face the longbow, you can't focus. You sweat. You see a char. It's a char longbow, and he sits there from like 2k range away, and you just realize you freeze because the second you leave that line of sight, an arrow is gonna hit you for 8,000.
This is amazing.
So you try to you go into your option screen because you need to find a crawl button so you can avoid the arrows, right? And you don't find it. Meanwhile, he's shooting at you. And your team is starting to realize it, and they spam you on TeamSpeak, and they have to tab out and poke you to get your attention. And while you're all in different options menus and poking each other in TeamSpeak, we have a Mesmer doing pressure too. And then the longbow wins. And then they're all raging at each other.
Are these predictions, or is this just some wild fantasy of yours?
This is me being tired, Blue. I'm so tired. And that dragon finisher was so cute. I can't stop thinking about it.
What does the dragon finisher have to do with, like, Longbow's, like, mental anguish that it causes on the players it faces?
The longbow. The longbow is... look, they're contemplating pulling out the longbow. The thing is, the reason why they haven't pulled it out yet is because they're wondering about if they should keep it for the next Tournament of Legends. But, unfortunately, yeah, they're keeping it for Tournament of Legends.
I should have taken bets on that, because I think I might have been able to steal some gold from you right there. Because Kizos did that last night, too. He played longbow in 2v2s up until the grand finals, and then he swapped back to an... Oh, wait! Oh, wait! Oh, wait!
Wait, it's
Oh, wait!
real.
Oh,
real.
it's happening.
It's real.
It's... If I...
He must have heard my description of how it works and decided that it's a smart tactic. I agree with that decision.
In before he swaps it out again.
No. If he swaps it out, he's confirmed scum.
He's doing this just for you, and then he's gonna swap it out when the game starts.
No, there's no way. If he swaps it out, no, that would be unforgivable. Like, no.
We'll see. Kizos, will you keep your...
Jesus, listen. I believe in you. I'm contacting the Cancer Children Fund right now, and I'm telling you that you're fulfilling everyone's dream of playing longbow. So everybody's hyped for you. Children all over the planet are really hyped for you right now. Don't let us down. Play longbow.
It's gonna be a beautiful cause. Play longbow for the children.
Exactly, the Char longbow.
Alright guys, so once again, the build, the longbow, is 66002 with longbow, great sword.
Yeah. Let's go through the traits, right? We
Okay.
have Beastmaster's Bond. You gain Fury and I don't care. We have Eagle Eye, increases longbow and harpoon range. This increases the range of the longbow, which means that even if you're not
What's the range, Helseth? What's the range?
the range is in total 6 million. It's the equivalent of 12 portals. And you can the best thing about it is that since you're an eagle, you're kind of flying, right? Eagle eye is what it's called. Eagles fly, so you can ignore line of sight because it assumes you're flying. And then you have read the wind, which makes the projectiles much faster. Unfortunately, it doesn't change anything about the attack speed, but
I didn't think it was 6 million.
Let's get this started.
now you know. Right, we're starting.
Alright, here we go guys. The 6 million range longbow. We'll have
Yeah,
to wait
here
and
we
see
go.
how powerful it is.
There you go.
Kizo's gonna hang in the back again as he does have the 1500 as the actual ranges, now that we take a look at those tooltips there. 1500 range longbow.
No,
oh!
they're attacking him.
Uh-oh!
The fear of the longbow is real.
They're going right for him there. He is gonna be... won't even be able to put his heel down. Instantly gonna go into the down. So a huge burst coming in for the red team. They're gonna be able to knock him out. Stalacta with a nice stomp coming out there too, using lightning flash in order to knock him out of play. Instantly bringing this fight back down to a 3v3 portal. Will be popped out here by Mime as these two are gonna seek to fall back. We're also gonna pop up stealth, try to get a reset. They are not giving up yet. They're gonna try to push the 2v3. And red team rallying themselves together for the support. Once again, Stalacta coming right in there. Mime diverting himself over to the side as Zeus as well will come under heavy amounts of pressure, trying to move away from that, keeping himself alive with his own self-sustained heals at the moment, but again, will eventually fall to that pressure. Was able to get immobilized off, I believe, on one of the warriors there, as he does once again fall back. Blue team just trying to buy time here at the moment, while the Mesmer tries to get any and all damage he can onto the red team. Elseth, is this possible at all, or...?
Look
No.
at their health. They're
Yeah.
also saying this too much. Like I said, a Mesmer solo damage is nowhere near enough. So they had ways of escaping that pressure at the start though. Like, we have Meme, who has both Portal and Mass Invis. The second Kisos got jumped, there should have been a Mass Invis right there, so that they could have peeled for him. Also, Kisos could have gotten away better as well, but it was severe lack of team support that also managed to get their demise and quickly. And then there's also the fact that Kiso's running Longbow Ranger. What's he doing? What did he expect? Of course he died. This is silly. That makes no sense at all. You deserve it. Look at now he's switching back. Of course.
I don't have a clue why you ran that. I mean,
I would never have run that
it's
stupid thing.
the redonkulous.
That's the worst build I've ever heard of. Do you know they only has like what is it? What 800 range or something like that? It's terrible.
I heard 400. It shouldn't even be a ranged weapon.
It's worthless.
Alright guys, we're loading back in now. Keep in mind this is a best of 5, by the way, not a best of 3, so it's going to be the first team to 3 points, not 2 points, that will be winning tonight's tournament. Standard pricing in terms of gems. First place teams are each going to take home a 2k gem card. Second place team will take home an 800 gem card. Places beyond that will get nothing, unfortunately.
So it looks like he's going away from the Power Ranger. I don't know what he was thinking, but Hopefully he'll come with a serious build this time. So, let's think about what would you do to deal with Tiffany. Now, like I said, Engineer and Necromancer, if they get some support from, for example, a Guardian, they have a good chance of probably out-pressuring. Then there's also, like, if you had even another Condi dealer, as in you had, like, double NG Necromancer, that would also be very strong, because then you could just overwhelm them completely. Then there's also going similar bunkery ideas. For example, you have Elementalist, Guardian, and Thief. That's a really, really strong composition. It's not as strong versus Condi due to the... Well, Thief doesn't cleanse as well as a Warrior does, but the sheer power that they have, the damage, is drastically stronger. So, right now, Guardian Ellie are... like, they're extremely tanky together. Even if they're not fully bunkering themselves, they will effectively be bunkers. So it's really hard to get through them.
By the definition of it, well, of a 3v3 at least, they basically be
The
bunkers.
match starts soon.
Swig.
Alright, so,
Last chance to
round
nail
2,
down
guys,
your
here we
strategy.
go. Kizos now running a much more normal build. Like I said, we don't really know what he was thinking in the last round. Kappa. Now gonna be running with our usual Spirit Ranger as the... You make me so mean when you're here, man.
It's such a bullet, Blue.
Anyway, coming out of the gates here now. Let's see. Again, Kizos running it with Spirit Rangers now. Let's see how well he's going to be able to assist his team. Red team's still going to go for that very aggressive push and actually still prioritizing Kizos as the main target. Going for the block in here. Did get the immobilization out. Forlorn Aegis as well. Going to come in here on guard and go for the lock. A Pokeball going down here as well. Tiffany Starcar, though, does appear to be taking the most of the damage once again on the red team as we do see a bit of AoE coming out. Kizos did survive the initial onslaught and is going to be able to swoop his way out of there, pull out the Spirit, and will be able to now use the passive generation. Try and give himself. Not going to be the case, though. Was not able to channel off his own passive there, too. I believe he was stunned at the time. They do have to watch out for that AoE, and that is going to happen there. They are going to AoE a little bit too much on Kizos' corpse, and with the Deathless Spirit, Kizos will get himself right back up into play.
This is not good. Fighting in this choke is not utilizing the Mesmer's potential, and thus they can't do any damage. Look at the health. They're not being pressured.
Red
They
team-
need a lot more damage going on. They need to switch it up. They don't have enough damage. You need to completely go nuts. You need to add the swag of Berserker Staff Ellie, Longbow Ranger.
Now, is this serious, or is this the Longbow Ranger again?
I don't know what you're talking about. no, but on a serious note, there's a huge compositional advantage here. Like I previously mentioned, it's also a lot easier for them to play this. They're just auto-sustaining themselves, and then they're basically automatically winning. So it's really hard to deal with this. And the combination of Ellie and Guardian, much strong.
What's strong?
Much strong.
Very
How about
win.
Moa? Maybe Moa. This is what you do. This is what you do. You get Moa. You get Power Ranger. You use the Moa on like the Ellie, right? Right. You immobilize the Ellie in Moa, and you win.
Well, maybe they'll try that.
Jesus, I'm sorry for messing with you. Go back to Power Ranger. I believe in you still.
The people asking what a Pokeball is, by the way, I just noticed that in
Yeah,
the
I
chat.
have no idea.
So-
I'm just assuming
Okay.
you're multitasking, playing in different games.
No, so I'm the only. Well, Grouch said it like 2 times before too, but I got it from Grouch. So a Pokeball comes from the definition of when you run DPS Guardian with Hammer, and basically what you do is when you go in with while like half channeling Ring of Warding. And basically, it's called the Pokeball, where you go in there and you trap your opponent in there, and you just make them fight you inside the circle. So it's like a Pokeball, because you're trapping your opponent in it, kind of like you trap a Pokemon in a Pokeball. So I just call Ring of Warding the Pokeball now because of that, because it's easier to say than Ring of Warding, or ROW, or something like that. Because it traps your opponents inside a circle, and Pokeballs are circles, so it makes sense.
That's such a brutal mental image. I'm now imagining an adorable Pikachu in a field, happily eating grass. They eat that, by the way. Happily eating grass, and then an evil blue appears, and he's like, "I'm a Pokeball, you." Comes up with a hammer, slams the hammer around the poor Pikachu, who's desperately trying to escape, running into the walls, and then you approach it with your hammer and like 16 teammates, and you're like, "We can fight." Pika.
Last chance to nail down your strategy.
Anyway,
Pika.
Game 3 is now starting, guys. This could be the
No,
last...
He didn't even get the chance to say chew. He just said Pika.
Anyway, the Game 3 is now beginning. This could be the last game for tonight, guys. So, with that said, let us see. Will our blue team rally it back and take Game 3, bring this set back up to 2-1, or is the red team going to make a clean sweep 3-0 and take the inaugural Mistpedia 3v3 tournament without dropping a single game? No engagement from either side just yet, but now it is coming into play. Ellie, they are going to engage onto the Ellie here. This is the blue team we are talking about here. But again, red team as well, moving in for some damage over here onto Zeus, who is going to be the prime target once again. Zeus falling back. Not focusing Keys this time, too. They swapped off that target now that he is running with the Spirit Ranger. And now Zeus will be the one to chop out. Trying to roll in here. Zeus as well, trying to get some damage. Trying to stay away from all this at the moment, too. Going back into water 2 minutes, trying to get some support. We did see Earthshare coming in, though, instantly knocking him in the downstate once again. Red team coming in for some damage. They did knock him out of their own AoE. Zeus going to pop out Vapor Form here as well. Portal's open, but he doesn't get through that, unfortunately. This is the opportunity to go through Portal, and now is going to get stomped out. Mime was able to fall back once again, but now that it's back down to the 3v2, the sustained from the red team is probably going to be plenty enough for them to keep each other alive.
And we have GG's being called.
And I believe, yep, we have GG being called by Zeus. So, congratulations to Kevin, pick the name, with a brilliant team name. They are going to win the first ever Mistpedia Weekly 3 vs 3 Cup. Congratulations to them. They are each going to be taking home a 2,000 gem code card. And as well, what's up, Bay? Will not be going home empty-handed. They're each going to get a 800 gem card, amounting to 2,400 gems in total for the blue team and 6,000 gems for the red team. And that will be the end of the tournament, guys. So, we're just waiting for the last stops to go up, by the way. That's why I haven't swapped back in, and I'm not saying anything else. But
Tanny, stop run. Confirm Tanny. The type of,
he told me, he/she told me it's not Tanny. Mime has said that. So maybe it's like Tanny's evil twin or something that came out and bought a new Guild Wars account for /him. We don't know, but
I'll just call it Tanny.
Tanny's evil twin.
That's what I did.
Mime.
Didn't you notice how awkward it was when I was talking about that story? I wanted to be politically correct, so I was like, Tanny, 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 Tanny. Oh, no. It. Anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, this composition is by far the easiest to play in this, and it's not difficult to out-sustain people with it, especially since there were some more weirder comps against them. So... just people have to. This is probably what's going to be run next time. So people need to try to theory craft about what to do against it. And I say damage overload, as in Condi overload, double NG necro. You will smack them that way. The smack will be real. Or triple longbow ranger. Kizos.
Triple longbow ranger.
Kizos. Triple longbow ranger. You got this.
You just see like 3 white lines of rapid fires going on one person, and he's dead instantly. So much damage. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of tonight's Cup, so thank you all very much for tuning in. As reminders to the other Cups that we do have going on throughout the week, we have the 2v2 Cup that happens on Tuesdays. ESL as well. We'll be restarting the EU 2 vs 2 Cup starting next Tuesday. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern, 20 Central European Summertime. And as well, we do have the Mistpedia Cup, which happens over here in North America. That'll be starting at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, that is. And sign up for that once again will be posted on the Mistpedia Master Post, and it will also be updated in the channel description down below, probably either on Saturday or Sunday nights. Make sure you are checking that. The 3v3 Cup, once again, there is an EU version of this happening 2 p.m. Eastern, 20 Central European Summertime every Wednesday night, and the North American version, like you saw tonight, happens at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific every Wednesday night. And then finally, the Conquest Cups, the ESL, has their weekly cup every Thursday afternoon, my time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 20 Central European Summertime. And then the North American Cup, which will be happening tomorrow, starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And that all these cups will be happening right here on this Twitch channel, so if you guys would like to be kept up with all that stuff, you can go ahead and follow the channel as well. VODs for tonight will be posted over on Mistpedia's YouTube channel, so go ahead over to youtube.com/Mistpedia to see those, as well as all the other VODs throughout this week, including the ESL Weekly VODs, and soon the ESL 2v2 VODs will be on that channel as well. Other than that, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter. There's a link down below to that. Make sure you are following Helseth as well, and Helseth will be streaming after this, I believe, correct?
Yes, I'm doing an all-nighter, because I work nights tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to readjust my hours. So I'll be streaming at the Lord Helseth. Make sure you tune in. I'll I'm very modest. If you guys haven't come in, I'll give you some friendly tips. I'll go over your play, give you some friendly advice. I'll be friendly. I'm very friendly. I also play Slender a lot, like horror games. I'm really good with horror games. Anything else I didn't say sarcastically there, Blue? Like,
I don't know. I think you got it all. I think you got it all.
did I mention that I'm very modest?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that very much
Alright,
so.
cool. Yeah. Most modest stream. So make sure you guys tune in and check that out.
Alright guys, well that's going to be it for us tonight. Once again, as a reminder, this stream is supported mainly by advertisements and subscriptions, so if you'd like to whitelist the channel, you can certainly go ahead and do so. That does help us out very much so please consider doing that. And as well, if you'd like to be extra generous, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. $4.99 per month, you get access to all of our emotes and stuff, as well as...
There's one emote that matters, and that's the health stuff one. There's
Yes,
like,
there is a health
emote
stuff
of
emote.
me. Do you guys realize how much better your life will be? You go to a job interview, and you're like Mist King. And... well, you'll become the CEO of the company.
A job interview? Wait, a job interview in Twitch chat?
Well, obviously you bring a laptop with wireless internet and you show him the Mist King, and then he'll instantly let you be the CEO of the company, instantly.
All right. So once again, guys, you get access to all the emotes. There is a macro image down below that has all the emotes, including the Mist King, the Hellseth emote. So if you'd like to subscribe for that, you may certainly do so. But once again, it's completely optional. We'll also be starting subscriber giveaways
Optional.
once
Look at
again
this
this
worst
month.
advertisement. Subscribe now.
We'll also be starting the subscriber-only giveaways this month. We'll be doing it in gold this time, not in gems. But we will be starting that up again, so if that interests you, go ahead and sub for that. But that's about it, guys. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And if you cannot join us for any of the other events happening throughout the week, we hope you'll join us next week at the Mistpedia Weekly 3 vs. 3 Cup #2. See you next week, guys. Have a good one.